Hello, good morning students. Please subscribe the channel, drop a like, share and comment. This is SSC Previous Year Dictations, exercise number 21 on the speed of 100 words per minute. Start. Honorable Speaker, I rise to reply to the debate on the National Green Tribunal Bill. The main purpose of this bill is to provide an opportunity for individuals of our country to claim civil damages out of the non-implementation of the laws. So, there is a judicial dimension to governance. There is an executive dimension to governance. This bill deals only with the judicial dimension. Sir, many members have criticized the bill for many of its provisions. Let me say at the outset that I am going to bring forward 10 amendments today, which will take care of 90% of the problems that have been expressed by the honorable members. The most important amendment that I am going to bring forward is an amendment to clause 18, which will provide an opportunity for any individual, for any citizen of India to approach the National Green Tribunal. This was the criticism that was made. It has been mentioned that it does not provide an opportunity for individuals and it provides only a limited access. But I am going to bring forward this amendment today to clause 18, which will expand the definition of persons aggrieved. So, any person aggrieved can approach the National Green Tribunal. Sir, the second important criticism that was mentioned was that this bill does not have the foundational principles which should govern its functioning. That is why I have moved a amendment to this effect. It will bring principles of sustainable development and all other principles will be part of this amendment. The third important amendment that I am going to bring forward is that this act will come into force simultaneously. It would mean that the entire act will come into force at one go. This was also a criticism that had been made by some honorable members. The fourth amendment that I propose to bring forward is that the decision of the National Green Tribunal can be appealed in the Supreme Court. So, anybody who is aggrieved by the decision of the National Green Tribunal can go to the Supreme Court. This would mean that the proposed amendment will provide for an appeal to the Supreme Court on any decision of the National Green Tribunal. The fifth amendment is about the placing of sitting. We did not specify the territorial jurisdiction. We are now going to specify the territorial jurisdiction in the amendment as well. The sixth amendment relates to the number of members or the number of judicial members. We will have a minimum of 10 judicial members and a minimum of 10 expert members. The total number of members would not exceed 20. This has been specified in the Act itself. The seventh important amendment that I am going to bring forward is the amendment which will enable a deadlock to be broken. In the present case, the chairperson of the tribunal has been given the authority to break the deadlock in case there is a deadlock. Then I am going to bring forward some other amendments in order to maintain the integrity and the credibility of the tribunal. I believe that these amendments will go a long way in addressing the concerns of many of the honorable members. I would just like to deal with 2 or 3 significant criticisms that have been made that are not dealt with in these amendments. I propose to come back to these criticisms in the rules that we will frame. The rules will be framed, they will be put on our website, and they will be laid on the table of the House. Honorable members of Parliament will have every opportunity of responding to these rules. So, I will not do anything without parliamentary approval of the rules that govern this Act. Sir, there was also some criticism of 1 year and 5 years, especially in the case of Bhopal gas tragedy. I will clarify this. In the rules, it will be 5 years from the date the injury begins to manifest itself and the cause is attributable to the environmental damage. I will make this very clear in the rules. The honorable members should not have any fears on this score. As far as members are concerned, we will have a selection committee. This selection committee will ensure that this does not become a parking place for retired civil servants. This is a fear that has been expressed. I assure the honorable members that we will have a transparent selection committee. People with background in environment will be made members of the National Green Tribunal. If activists have the requisite educational qualifications, I do not see any reason why an activist should be debarred from being a member of the National Green Tribunal. I would say here that many of the rules that will govern the selection of members will be made clear, and I can assure the honorable members that we will not be found wanting on this score. 1 or 2 other criticisms have come. How is this different from the previous National Environment Tribunal? I want to make it clear that the National Environment Tribunal dealt only with hazardous chemical substances. It had limited scope, whereas this National Green Tribunal deals with the Water Act, Air Act, and Environment Protection Act. It deals with the Forest Conservation Act. It deals with the Biological Diversity Act. Its scope is much larger. All that I am trying to accomplish by having the National Green Tribunal is to provide an opportunity for people who feel aggrieved by the non-implementation of these laws to seek civil damages to go to the National Green Tribunal, and we have specified that the National Green Tribunal should give a decision normally within 6 months. So, we are trying to bring this. There are around 6,000 cases in our judiciary today relating to environment. I am sure the number of cases will increase. We need specialized environmental courts. The Supreme Court has said this.